Stop moving. Stop moving. Lay down on the ground. Sprawl out. Keep your hands up. Keep your hands. Shots fired! Shots fired!
Moments before he opened fire, the man realized that his girlfriend had somehow escaped from his claws.
Some blood in the car, and 3 windows are shot out, as well as a bullet hole through the windshield.
Sounds like the victim is in the hospital and was shot in the arm.
One by one, the secrets unraveled, exposing the dark and twisted mind of the attacker.
She's saying there's somebody's going to the house where she lived, or he's going there to put people.
But the situation was about to take an even worse turn.
One concern that was very high on our list was that he was going to come to the hospital and try to finish her off.
Most of the footage in this video has never been seen before. On July 8, 2018, a 911 call came into the Marion, Ohio Police Department from a neighbor who was extremely terrified by what he had just witnessed.
911, where's your emergency?
Yeah, there's a shooting on Bain Avenue.
What's the address?
It's, he's got a gun, he's shooting everybody.
Okay,
On Bain Avenue, it's down for High Street.
Bain High?
Bain High, hurry, please. He's the back door with a gun. He's getting ready for the back door. Hurry, please.
Officer Joe McDonald quickly responded to the call, but as soon as he got there, he realized there was a major problem.
We didn't have a house number. We didn't have names. We definitely didn't know who our suspect was.
What house are we looking for, Com 1?
I don't know. I want to say down this alley, a couple houses, half a block.
Okay, thank you.
With no clear lead to go on, Lieutenant Radcliffe also stepped in to help with the case. He headed straight to the location the caller had mentioned, hoping to find the person who had been shot.
Our concerns are the gunman could be anywhere, and if he starts shooting, you don't want anybody innocent getting hurt.
I'm coming around the garage and going up into the small driveway, and I immediately see a live round laying on the ground.
15, are you clear? I've got a live round back here. We're just going to keep secure of the house until you can give us further on this.
You got to just be completely cautious and ready for any kind of firearm fight.
But before any confrontation, they got word that the victim had already managed to escape from the shooter. She had run to the hospital on her own, desperate to save her life.
Was the victim hit? I'm on the phone with dispatch. Sounds like the victim is in the hospital and was shot in the arm.
About a mile away, at Marion General Hospital, the woman had shown up with a gunshot wound. Officers were quickly sent there, and the first thing they spotted was what they believed to be the victim's car parked outside, showing the severity of the attack.
Some blood in the car, and 3 windows are shot out, as well as a bullet hole through the windshield. 2 car seats in the back seat. Do we know if any kids were involved? So tell me the situation. She rolled up here in this, our victim.
What I know is, yes, she was shot. She drove herself here. I don't know where she was shot at.
Right on.
She looked like she has a bullet here, right here. I did not see her.
And there's one in her arm. There's the only two I see. But she's saying there's somebody's going to the house where she lived, or he's going there to put people.
The attacker was still at large and could pose a danger to others. But before anything else, the officers went inside the hospital to check on the victim and understand her condition at that moment.
Boyfriend?
Yeah, he received a call last week about him harassing us.
This was the victim's boyfriend, Tyler, waiting for the officers.
They fucking shot him, dude. He shot her and went to my house to shoot me, and they shot him down, I guess. He had a gun on him when he was at my house talking to my mom like he was a Christian missionary and wanting to talk to me.
Who's here right now?
My girlfriend, Angelica, the one that we... She was shot, yeah.
Okay. Let's just go inside and chill, man. There's nothing.
The victim was 30-year-old Angelica Fry. She already had a son and was pregnant again when she was attacked by her ex-boyfriend, 33-year-old Mathew Lust. To uncover what truly happened and why, officers needed to hear the full story from Angelica herself.
He was supposed to be gone last night, and I told him in my closet this morning.
You probably
He was in my closet this morning, and I went over there, and we went downstairs because I have my kids with me. I didn't think he was going to be there. He downstairs and said, "Why did you bring the kids here?" Said, because this is my house, you know. You're not supposed to be here, Matt. I told you, you're not. He's been threatening that he's gonna hurt me and all this other stuff. So when I went, he took those.
You're touching that.
And I called him and I said, yes. And I don't know what happened. I'm here.
Even though the officers tried to get more details from Angelica, all she could tell them was that just a few hours before the attack, Mathew had shown up at her house and threatened her. But the big question was, why? What was the reason for doing this? While Lieutenant Radcliffe was out searching for Mathew, he suddenly made an alarming realization.
I'm thinking, man, that's awful close to the previous call I had earlier in the day with that old gentleman. So my thought is, it could be the same guy.
911, where's your emergency?
Bain Avenue.
Okay, what's going on there?
My ex was not supposed to be at my house. He had told me he left. I just went there today, and he is there.
Only 2 hours before the shooting, Angelica had called the Marion, Ohio police, reporting that Mathew had broken into her home. But before she could act, he did something unthinkable.
And he took a bunch of pills in front of me.
This was an attempted.
Yes.
What's his name?
Mathew Lust.
Who is he to you again? I'm sorry.
He is the father of my kids.
He had attempted to take his own life. This revelation sent a wave of urgency through the officers. Fearing he might snap again, Officer Krebs was quickly dispatched to the reported address. But the moment he arrived, he realized something about Mathew didn't feel right.
They say his name was Mathew. Right, Mathew? What's up, buddy? Good. You tell me. You Mathew?
Yeah.
What's up today, bud?
Oh, no, that's... She's,
Here, talk to me for a minute.
she's just over-exaggerating.
Okay, what happened?
We just got in an argument.
Okay.
And, I took some aspirin. It was like 2 of them.
Okay.
And I lied and said it was something else.
All right. Why would you do that?
Well, I guess I was trying to scare her and it worked.
Okay. Why would you want to do that, though? You know what I mean?
I know. I was wrong.
Because, I mean, when you do something like that, this is what kind of happens, you know?
I know.
Whether you mean to or not, you know what I'm saying? Any weapons in the house or anything, bud?
To the officer Krebs, Mathew looked completely put together. He seemed disturbingly normal for a person who had just attempted to take his own life. Then, Mathew began revealing his messy relationship with Angelica.
Feeling depressed?
There was this situation.
I get
it. But I mean...
How long you guys been together?
About 10 years.
Kids?
Yeah, 2.
They here?
No, she took them.
She took them?
Yeah.
What happened? What made this get sour today?
She cheated on me.
Just find out?
Yeah.
Or officially found out, I guess I should say. Yeah, that stuff's not easy to contend with. I get it. But do you really want to be with somebody that's like that? You know what I mean? I know she's your baby's your mom, and that's important. But it happened once. It might happen again. And, you know, you're going through the same shit. So maybe it's time for change. And it's not worth you getting in trouble or having to go through all this stuff again. You know what I'm saying?
From what the officers had learned, Mathew's mental state began to deteriorate right after the couple had ended their years-long relationship, triggering a complete emotional collapse. Concerned for his safety, the officers suggested that he seek help, completely unaware that this would mark the beginning of everything that would go wrong.
You gotta understand something. When you do something like this, there's repercussions. Okay, I'm not charging you criminally. That's not what I'm getting at. But you're gonna have to go out to the hospital and talk to a counselor. I don't have a choice.
Today?
Yep.
Officer Krebs took Mathew to Ohio Marion General Hospital for his counseling session after he agreed to the officer's request. But just when officers thought the situation was under control, it took a turn for the worse. Mathew fled from the hospital, and that's when the real horror began. Within hours, the consequences of his escape came crashing down as officers realized that he hadn't run without purpose. He had escaped with a deadly motive.
One concern that was very high on our list was that he was going to come to the hospital and try to finish her off.
With this terrifying thought, officers scrambled to secure the hospital, locking down every possible way in or out. However, Mathew never showed up. It set off alarms among the officers, suspecting Angelica wasn't the only one in danger. Someone else might be his next target.
And we were able to gather information that she was dating another man, and she felt that he maybe going to try to kill him next.
By then, officers had realized that Tyler had already left the hospital, unaware of the danger quietly closing in on him. Acting quickly, officers dispatched a search team to locate Mathew. Meanwhile, another officer was sent out to interrogate Tyler's parents to uncover the dynamics shared between the two men.
So you did have a chance to talk to your son. What did he say? What's going on? You said you were on the phone with him when this was going down, right?
He said, Matt just shot up somebody in the family. I want to make sure you're okay. They told me to go to a safe place, not to come there. And that was when it just like kind of clicked to me, you know, like this really is him.
Did anybody else talk to you about that? I mean, was it him, your son, grandkids? Did he see something? Anybody else say something, see something?
At my house?
Yours or I guess there was a previous incident with your son's.
Yeah, I know she was scared of that.
Okay.
She did call a couple nights ago and said Matt's been driving by there to see if he can find you.
How'd she know that?
He told her, I guess.
Okay.
Because he was staying at his dad's for a while when he first got out of the hospital out in the county, and they made records to the sheriff's department about his threats.
Matt's threats?
Yes.
Okay.
So, but I think he just tells Angelica, letting her know, this is what I'm going to do. But then Angelica warns us.
Tyler.
According to Tyler's mother, Tyler and Angelica had begun living separately after Mathew's threat. But what led to Angelica's shooting still remained a mystery. However, one thing remained clear. Mathew was too dangerous to remain free. Catching him wasn't a choice. It was the only option left. Meanwhile, Officer McDonald discovered a crucial lead on Mathew's whereabouts.
I spoke with dispatch, and I actually got the boyfriend's phone number. I explained to him the situation and told him to go to the hospital because that'd be the safest place for him because there was already officers there. Driving there, I was nervous. I knew if I encountered him, there would more than likely be a shootout.
To his worst fears, Mathew was sitting outside Tyler's house, ready to strike the moment he showed up. To defuse the situation, Officer McDonald stepped out of his car to confront him. But what followed next would haunt the officer for years to come.
Hey, sir. Can you stand up for me? Sir? Keep your hands where I can see you. Keep your hands where I can see you, please. Come out here. Come out here. Hands up.
I like that Mathew's here.
It looked like him. Keep your hands up. Keep your hands up.
John Patterson?
What's your name, sir? John Will? Okay, John, if you do me a favor, just lay down on the ground for me, please. Okay? Keep your hands where I can see them. Stop moving. Stop moving. Lay down on the ground. Sprawl out. Lay down. Don't. Keep your hands up. Keep your hands.
In the blink of an eye, Mathew reached for the gun in his waistband and opened fire at Deputy McDonald, sending a jolt of terror through him.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
With panic tightening his chest, Officer McDonald radioed in for immediate backup.
I was still in my car, hitting all the alleys around where the shooting took place, when I hear Officer McDonald on his radio.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
I immediately started emergency response to his location.
Back at the scene, Officer McDonald knew he was caught in a life-or-death situation, leaving him no choice but to fight back and regain control.
I returned fire. He's charging me. I turn as fast as I can, and as soon as I catch a glimpse of him, I drive right at him, firing.
In a split second, Mathew dropped to his knees and hit the ground, struck by the officer's bullet.
He's down on the ground. Keep your hands where I can see him. Don't f***ing move.
I move in, I kick the gun away. I nudge him with my foot to see if the fight's out of him.
With Mathew down, Officer McDonald cuffed him and called for an ambulance.
Send the squad. He's down.
We're gonna get you somebody out with you.
I got county detective. 15 other direction. Turn around.
Up here.
Hang on. Stay in your house, please. Go back.
Meanwhile, Lieutenant Radcliffe, accompanied by a squad unit, arrived to take charge of the scene and check on Mathew.
All right, Joe?
I'm good.
Got him.
Through.
One right here.
Through and through on the stomach?
No.
It's entrance, no exit on the stomach.
While the other deputies cleared the scene, Lieutenant Radcliffe stayed with Officer McDonald, offering him support after the traumatic encounter.
Let's take you guys. Come on back here to my car.
All right.
For now, dude. Oh, lock it. So you can just sit in there. I'll talk to you a little bit.
Here, take some water from here. Your hand under your right. Shot a top of the scooter and it's smoking right now. So. Back, I
shut the car off.
Yeah,
you're shooting at me.
I'm shot at him. So what I want you to do is make sure you take Joe's hand and give him your pocket. Got it?
All right, buddy? Yep. Yeah. Cooling down?
Yeah, just dumped.
Yeah?
With Officer McDonald visibly shaken, Lieutenant Radcliffe drove him back to the station.
My job is now I'm going to take him back to the station and keep him away from everybody, just let him kind of relax.
After everything was over, Officer McDonald was also charged because it wasn't just Mathew who opened fire. Shots were exchanged from both sides. And after speaking with neighbors, it was clear the situation had become a serious safety concern. Meanwhile, Mathew, being in a critical condition, was rushed to the hospital. As doctors worked to stabilize him, detectives began piecing together a plausible reason behind the chaos. Fortunately, things cleared up once Angelica recovered and agreed to an interview days after the incident. But what she revealed about him went far beyond a moment of madness.
What I want to do is kind of want to go into some details over the last 24, 36, 48 hours and maybe get a little history on Matt, what you know, what's been going on.
Before when Tyler got shot, Matt decided to start coming around more when he was in the hospital.
Okay.
He started to try to, be more. My mom made me feel guilty. She said he needs to co-parent. I need to co-parent. So I started letting him come around. But then it got to the point where he's trying to force himself and try to do this and just things in front of the kids. I was like, no, I'm not doing it. And then we got into an argument and his mom had texted me some stuff. And I said, look, I don't care about him in that fashion anymore. I don't want to be with him. He said, I'm going to kill him, basically. You're going to be with me. You're forced to be with me. You're not allowed being with anybody else.
According to her, Mathew had begun stalking and harassing both her and her boyfriend Tyler shortly after his release from prison in January, suggesting that his actions weren't just the result of emotional fallout. Not long after that, Mathew had started threatening her, insisting that she leave Tyler, or else he would burn his house to the ground. But the moment Mathew learned about the couple's pregnancy, his obsession took a brutal turn.
And so Monday came, I had my doctor's appointment.
This Monday?
This past Monday.
The second or the
second?
Okay.
I had my doctor's appointment. And he said, well, what'd the doctor say? And I said, he just told me how far along I was and just told me that, they won't see anything right now. You can hear the heart, just the typical stuff that they told me. And he's like, you're not having it. I said, yeah, I am. He said, no, you're going to get an abortion. I said, no, I'm not. He said, well, then I'm going to hold you down and I'm going to kick you. And I'm going to punch you in your stomach. He's like, I don't care. You're not having that kid. I said, man, I don't need an abortion. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? And he's like, I don't care. So I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you.
Just days before the shooting, Mathew had attempted to kill Angelica and her baby by pushing her down a flight of stairs at her house. Thankfully, she wasn't hurt, but he didn't stop there. On the day of the shooting, Mathew had returned to her home, and this time with a clear and deadly motive: to shoot her and her unborn baby.
I thought he was dead in there, and I was like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm just sitting here just trying to decide what I want to do. So, like I said, I just decided what I'm about to do. So I took off downstairs. And he's like, I told you not to. He came down. I said, the cameraman, because he's 12. I said, gosh, no. I said, don't leave. Don't leave. Whatever he tells you guys to do, don't leave. And because I knew he's going to tell me to go upstairs. And usually they listen. So, I came back downstairs because I had my purse and everything was on, so trying to grab everything. And, he's like, I told you not to bring kids here. Are you kidding me? I was like, why? We live here. This is my house. I'm allowed to bring the kids here. I said, and you're not supposed to be here.
In an instant, Mathew snapped and reached for his waistband.
I thought he was reaching for a gun. I freaked the fuck out. So I was like, no, and the kids came running in the room. He pulled out a yellow piece of paper, kind of like that. And he unrolled these pills and popped them in his mouth. And then bent over the sink and took a drink of water, like the faucet, and took a drink of the water. I was like, why are you doing that? I was just arguing with him, like, why are you doing that? Like, go upstairs and make yourself sick. Why are you trying to kill yourself? It doesn't make sense. You have a full life ahead of you. Quit doing that. You know what I mean? I was just like, oh my gosh, he's going to die. So something in my head was like, just run.
Sensing immediate danger, Angelica grabbed her kids and bolted from the house, heading straight to her mother's place.
So I called 911 and told them everything that had just happened. I told them about the gun. I said, I'd never seen the gun, but I know he has shells. And I know that he still has that gun, but he told me it was a Bucyrus at his mom's. So they went over there, and evidently he left with them. They took him to the hospital, and they didn't find anything in his system. Supposedly he just took vitamins. But, so that was at 4:00 when he got, and then like you guys figured out, 4:21 is when he called me at my mom's house.
Soon, Angelica realized nothing had truly settled. Mathew was back on the phone, demanding she return everything he had ever left at her place. Left with little choice, she gathered his belongings and drove them straight to his house. What followed next was nothing short of a nightmare.
I put it all in a bag and set it on the counter, and I told Ron, I said, he can't say that there's anything in the car. So that's an excuse that he'll make. So, next thing I know, Ron goes in, and, I sat back where I could see the back of where my car was. And then all of a sudden, like maybe 10 minutes later, Matt comes out. He's like, I need your car keys.
Was the window up at this time?
Yes,
okay.
I did not.
Okay.
Yeah. I said, for what? What do you need my car keys for? I took everything out and put it on the table for you. It's in there, on the countertop in there for you. It's like, huh? What? I can't hear you. I said, Matt, your stuff is on the counter. Everything is out of the vehicle. I cleaned it out. It's like, huh? Acting like he still couldn't hear me. Then he reached the door and tried to pull the door handle open. He's like, come on, just roll the window down. Just roll it down. And he goes, I said, no, I'm not rolling the window down. I don't trust you. And so he lifts his shirt up and he said, you got 5 seconds to roll the fucking window down.
Did you see a gun?
Yes.
Okay.
He said, I'm going to kill you. And then I'm going to go in there and shoot your stepdad. I didn't give him 5 seconds. I just jumped in the passenger seat. And as soon as I was getting up, he started shooting at me.
However, this wasn't the first time Mathew had caused chaos. It turned out he struggled with drug addiction and had abused Angelica multiple times while under the influence. That revelation changed everything. The police no longer saw him as a man battling mental health issues, but as a cold, calculated abuser, determined to break her piece by piece.
I believe in loving people, but there's a certain evil that you can sense about some people. You know what I mean? And it made it really hard for me to just be, I was on edge with him at all points in time. Plus, we had history from 7 years ago. We have 2 kids when he shot the gun off beside me and my son.
Where'd that happen at?
Over on Franklin Street.
Okay.
And, he used to abuse me. I was in a battered relationship with him for 7 years because he was on drugs. And it was, I had this fear. And I'm like, I submit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why I do it. It's just fear.
With the evidence mounting against him, officers were confident Mathew would be behind bars for a long time. Months after the deadly shooting, he recovered and was officially discharged from the hospital on December 17, 2018. He was later charged with 3 counts of attempted murder, 2 counts of felonious assault, and 1 count of illegal possession of a firearm, and was sentenced to prison for up to 30 years.
We haven't had an officer-involved shooting prior to this since 1996. But when it happens, it affects everybody. It affects everybody because we're all family.
As for Officer McDonald, he returned to duty 6 weeks after the incident. While Mathew remained hospitalized, the shooting was later ruled as self-defense, and Officer McDonald was cleared of all charges.